This is the Podcast Pit, brought to you by Ben Media.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever, wherever you are watching this. This is the Podcast Pit. I am your host, former professional wrestler, current promoter, feels good to say that once again, jack of all trades, master of what I do not know, Mike Raddick. I am here with Rennis Carball, my co-host, and a rather large gentleman here in the middle, who we will introduce here momentarily. But we've got some big news, don't we, Rennis?
Yes, sir, we do, Mike.
Yes, we are back in the promotions business, as they say. And we've got a project coming up here for the four-state region, particularly the I-81 corridor. Of course, we're talking about Voltage Wrestling. And Rennis, you want to go ahead and give us a rundown of that?
Yes, Voltage Wrestling, our first show will be August 21st at O'Connell's Pub in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Bell time at 8 o'clock, or if it's any indicator of any other indie promotion, 8:05 p.m.
8:05.
Always 5 minutes late. Every indie promotion ever.
You know, shit happens, man.
I get it. I'm in show business. I get it, man. It never starts on time.
It's not indie wrestling unless shit happens.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. And ladies and gentlemen, a part of Voltage Wrestling, a major part of Voltage Wrestling, is the man that I have here to the left. He is the earthquaking, pillar-shaking leader of the Meat Pop Express. This man is 6'12", weighing in at 15% of a metric ton. We are talking about the one and only former University of Vermont basketball player, by the way. Big Trouble, Ben Bishop. Ben, welcome to the promotion. Welcome to the Podcast Pit.
Oh, it's great to be here, Mike Rennis. Great to meet you today. I couldn't introduce myself any better. Thank you, Mike. You hit everything there. Glad to be part of Voltage Wrestling. Very excited. And for this new promotion in the area, we got some big things planned. I'm really happy. Looking forward to talking about it today.
And just to think, over the last year for you, you were sitting in the crowd last year at this time.
I was right around this time. I'd say give or take a few months. It was about September. Who's counting? I was in the crowd, just a regular fan. You know,
Yes.
coming to shows and. I stand out wherever I go, and he stood there, and a couple guys came up to me and said, "Hey, where do you work?" And I said, "My regular job. I'm just Ben." They're like, "No. Where do you work? Where do you wrestle?" I said, "I don't." Like, when everyone looked at me like I had 5 heads, and what are you doing with your life if you're not working, if you're not wrestling? So
I remember my first words to you, and I looked over at James Ellsworth and said this was, "Jimmy, this guy's about to take somebody's job."
Well, I hope I'm not taking anybody's job, but
there's a couple of jobs.
I'll take
There's
that.
a couple of people's jobs you can take.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment, Mike. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, come a long way in the past year. Working on the craft, training a lot, working a few shows. Unfortunately, this whole coronavirus gimmick happened, and things slowed down a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to pick it right back up where we left off. And I'm very excited to, as I said, join Voltage with the in the area new promotions.
Speaking of coronavirus, no social distancing going on here.
No, there's no. I do trust you guys. Don't drink out of my water. We got the covers for the microphone.
We got hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes.
We got that. We're fine. We all trust each other.
Yeah, we just doused ourselves in hand sanitizer before we came on the air.
We are lathered in hand sanitizer.
Yes,
For everybody at home.
It's hand sanitizer, the new baby oil for you wrestling fans out there.
Someone tell Michael Nakazawa, please.
Just douse yourself in hand sanitizer.
Yes, please do before you get in the ring. Please douse yourself in hand sanitizer. Public service announcement for the Podcast Pit. But Ben, so far, I saw your debut back in February. Successful debut. You were one half of the Adrenaline Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Yes, sir.
First match out, and you took down a tag team that has been in the area for quite some time, and standouts in the area is really Maryland Wrestling Legends and Blackout. I got to ask you, coming in, your first match, how did that feel?
Well, first day, when I found out that I had the opportunity to work work with Blackout, wrestle Blackout for the championship. Not gonna lie, I was extremely nervous. Got a great tag partner in Michael Zamedo, great manager in Lars Madison as well, who found me and brought me in.
I don't mean to cut off your story, but Lars Madison, really, he is a hard man to negotiate with.
Oh my goodness!
yes.
What did we have to?
You guys had to negotiate with him?
It was like a bottle of scotch.
and New York Giants season tickets.
I know I'm never
Which-
going to hear the end of this
you
now
know.
since the season's like,
Right.
there's no
Don't
fans.
say that.
Don't-
He might have no idea. I don't even
That's
think.
true.
I don't even think he owns like a radio. I don't know how he.
I can
anything.
already hear him now. Michaels, who the hell are these guys?
He's gonna be tough. I'm looking forward to see him on the 21st of August. But I digress. So the first night, found out going for the Adrenaline Championship Wrestling title, tag team titles, and it was successful. Mike's, like I said, Mike's a great partner to have, and all credit goes to Ruckus and Robbie. Unfortunately, that night they just couldn't get it done against the Earthquaker, the Pillar Shaker. Am I right?
No.
Exactly.
They had a tough time. Not everybody can get it done.
No.
It's tough. When you,
Go ahead.
I said when you're standing at 6'12" and weighing at 15% of a
I tell you,
not many guys do. So it makes
Exactly.
sense. Right?
I mean, I've seen a lot of wrestling over the years. A lot of wrestling. I had never met you before tonight. I'd seen pictures. This guy's tall. The first thing I saw, you are tall. Holy crap! There's no one bigger than this guy.
It's not an illusion.
No.
I mean, when you see walking through the door, that's the same thing you saw at ACW the first night I was there. People looked and was like, "Oh my God, who's that?"
We have to worry about the ceiling height with this guy.
Dude, I remember before him, the tallest guy that I'd ever seen around here was Patrick Brink. I don't know if you remember him. Genesis.
Yes.
He used to wrestle under. That guy, he was a very, very, very tall individual. Probably one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet in professional wrestling, Pat Brink. But, yeah, seeing you come in the door, probably 4 or 5 inches over him even, it's...
And I was only Ben at that point, but now I'm Big Trouble, Ben Bishop.
Big trouble. And, you've been big trouble on the indies since the very beginning here, since February. You're making a name for yourself. Tell these people about what you've been doing here with Barstool Sports.
Well, okay. So, really, the story behind this is listening to the radio one day, and I saw that Brandon Walker of Barstool Sports said he wanted to be a wrestling manager. I know Brandon's a big fan of wrestling. He grew up in the '80s and the '90s, and he's been a fan ever since. Still keeps up with it. Said he wanted to be a wrestling manager, so I shot my shot, as the kids say, at Brandon and said, "Yeah, you can manage me." And all of a sudden, he just said, "Go on." And from there, it kind of flourished. I got on the radio, put myself over a little bit, been talking to Brandon ever since. And so hopefully on August 21st, Voltage Wrestling, on the first show, will have the managerial debut of Brandon Walker.
You hear that, folks?
Sports.
For all you stoolies out there listening, the managerial debut of Brandon Walker could happen August 21st, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Card subject to change.
The rumor that the card's always subject. It's independent wrestling. The card is always subject to change. Who knows who's going to show up? But the rumors are swirling. I've been in contact with Brandon. So, like Mike said, all the stoolies out there, just know August 21st, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
I'm excited. I'm telling
Plenty
you
of
what,
people
I've
are
listened
talking.
I've listened to Barstool Sports for going on probably 4 or 5 years now, and I'm very excited.
I mean, they are the kings of the media at this point, especially with that
Yeah.
demographic that everybody, really wants, that 18 to 34. And Brandon could be a major asset, not only to me, but also to Voltage Wrestling. And
One of our
We can all
referees, David Rep, was geeking out about this.
No, I'm sure he was. Yeah, I see. He talked to me a little bit about it. So
Big
Hopefully we
Barstool
can-
Sports marquees.
hopefully we can all make it work, and it can be beneficial for all of us.
yeah, definitely.
All right, so we've announced a lot of competitors here for this Voltage Wrestling, and I mean, we could go down the list. We got Michael Zamedo, we've got Corey Bush, we've got Beastman, we've got Jacob Edwin, Jason Raditz, like all these individuals who, let me ask you this, out of all the individuals we have introduced so far, who do you think has the most upside, the most potential that you've seen?
Thus far, I mean, that's a great list of talent. You got some guys that have been around, and some guys have been doing this for a while. But I got to give it to, I think Beastman.
You think
He's got an unorthodox style. Don't understand a word he ever says. But when he shows up, he means business, and he gets the job done in that ring.
Yeah, when we were negotiating with Beastman, we actually had to have Captain D. Captain D's the only one that can understand him.
I don't know how he understands. I don't understand how he understands it. But I did something about pirate. I don't know, the weird pirate magic, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's got to be.
Good for him. If at least somebody can.
But he was the negotiating liaison to get Beastman here in the promotion.
So what'd you have to give him?
We gave him a bunch of bones and
30 turkey legs for an appetizer.
I think we gave him what he wanted. I couldn't quite understand what he was saying, but it looked affirmative.
Yeah,
a couple of live pigs and something like that. That sounds about right. Hey, and I'm open to all challengers, and I think me and Beastman's paths are going to cross, and we'll see.
Now I've been getting the phone calls the last couple of weeks because as soon as you start a promotion, maybe you don't know this yet, but as soon as you start a promotion, wrestlers start calling you and start trying to politic.
People just call me, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never called anybody.
No, but wrestlers, yeah. Once you get them in the fold, wrestlers start calling you, trying to politic for their spot on the show. And the one guy I've been hearing about, just from the beginning, has been big time, or well, not even big time anymore. The weight of the world, Corey Bush. He has been politicking for this main event.
Hey, Corey, he's a. I'll even give it to him. Give him the benefit of the day. He's a legend in this area. Corey's another guy, been around. He's a giant human being. He's a big guy, and that's coming a lot from me. For me to say somebody's a giant human being, that means a lot. And Corey, he can do his politicking and do all that type of stuff, but he does bring it when he's in the ring too.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot here a little bit.
Okay.
Between you and Corey Bush, if there was a matchup between you and Corey Bush, who do you think would win? Ooh, I know.
It's not really put on the spot. It's a very easy answer. It is me. I mean, listen. No offense to Corey. And I'll even say it to Beastman too. No offense to Beastman. But there's only one, and I'll say it again. I know I've said it already twice, but I'll say it again. There's only one guy who stands at 6'12" and 15% of a metric ton, and who also is the leader of the Meat Pop Express. And he's earthquaking as well as pillar shaking. Don't forget that. It's Big Trouble Ben Bishop. And like I said, no offense to those two. They get the job done, but not when they're in the ring with me.
All right. I am interested to see how that news travels. I'm interested to see, Corey Bush, if you're watching. I look forward to your retort here.
That news has legs, and those legs are moving fast.
So, I do want to. We do want to make an announcement here tonight, right? Yeah, we want to at least give fans a teaser of what they're going to see here at Voltage Wrestling. And I want to put out there the first match that they're going to see coming into this card.
I think that's a great idea.
You think it's a great idea?
Opening match.
Ladies and gentlemen, probably two of the best high flyers that you will ever see in this area. We're going to open it up. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be high-flying. It's going to be exciting. This is exactly the type of action that we want to bring to Voltage Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be the Kingpin of Riot City Sickened going one-on-one with the picture-perfect assassin, Chris Slade, who happens to be our next roster announcement because I haven't announced him yet.
Oh, jumping the gun a little bit.
Jumping the gun. We don't even have a graphic made or anything. But, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Slade versus Sickened on the very first match of the very first card for Voltage Wrestling.
And that makes sense. And it's Voltage Wrestling. That match is going to be electric. I've seen Sickened work. I've seen Chris Slade work. Those two together are going to make electricity. Folks, you got to catch that. You do not be late. Do not be late for the show. As Reda said, 8:05. You got to be there because those two are going to absolutely steal the show.
There are two
until I get in there.
There are two words to describe that match, and that is high voltage. I will say it right now. High voltage.
See what you did there.
I saw what I did there.
Put it over.
All right. So let me ask you this. Voltage Wrestling, there's got to be a championship involved here.
I would hope so.
Yeah. There has to be.
Why would I show up?
Exactly. Why would Big Trouble? Why would there be Big Trouble in Voltage Wrestling if there wasn't a championship?
I would not have taken the Meat Pop Express all the way here to Hagerstown if there was no championship. If there's no reason.
Exactly. What do you think your odds are winning that championship?
I mean, I'm not a betting man, but I would put the house on me.
Put the house on you.
I'd put the house, the deed, the car, the farm. I'd put the farm.
Brandon Walker's
I'd
a
put
betting man. He'd do
I'd
the
put
same.
whole- yeah, no, he knows. BFW knows who to put the money on. The car, the house, the farm, the county. Might as well just put the state of Maryland. We'll put the whole deed to the state of Maryland on me to take that championship in voltage. And listen, not trying to be cocky, but I am confident. There's a thin line, and I walk that line as good as anybody. And I'll tell you that I will be the first Voltage Wrestling champion.
Wow,
Heard it here
folks.
first.
You've heard it here first.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. This man is already calling himself the first Voltage Wrestling champion. I am interested to see what Jason Raditz says about that. I am interested to see what Corey Bush says about
Yep.
that.
All great talent, all of them. Every single, Corey Bush, Jason Raditz, even Sicken, Chris Slade, all of them, great talent. But at the end of the day, like I said, I walk the line of cocky and confidence. I walk on the line of confidence, on the side of confidence, and I do believe in my heart of hearts that I will be the first Voltage Wrestling champion.
All right. That is quite a bit of confidence right
it is.
there.
It's a lot. It is a big trouble size confidence.
You don't want to know what else is big trouble? And I got to pay the bills here. Big trouble is when you have IT issues.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here it comes.
There it is.
Fortunately,
Shameless plug.
Fortunately, your folks at One Up IT Consulting have the answers for you. They provide IT automation, proactive IT services for your small business. If you need any kind of IT services whatsoever, you want to trust the people that provide you managed services with care. The good people at One Up Consulting. That is www.oneupconsulting.com. How's that for a cheap
Well,
look?
I gave you the assist like Stockton, and you finished like Malone.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
As long as we're not playing Chicago, we'll be.
As long as we're not playing Chicago.
As long as we're not playing Chicago,
Jordan
we'll be
pushed
fine.
off.
Oh man.
Well, that's for another day. Jordan pushed it off.
Speaking of, like, I don't want to get off of wrestling here, but have you seen The Last Dance yet?
I did.
Oh, it was so good.
I thought it was amazing.
So
I
good.
think during this whole lockdown gimmick, I think that two amazing documentaries came out. Not only Michael Jordan, but also The Last Ride.
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker as
Oh, see,
well.
I was going to say Tiger King, but
Sure, but we're kind of past that at this
yeah.
No, I think
But can you guys believe it or not that Joe Exotic was involved in any wrestling?
Yes, he was.
yeah,
NWA.
Yeah.
He ran an NWA show at that. I wonder how much his fee is. We can get him. Get him in?
I think he's tied up somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's got his commitments locked down for a little bit. Yeah.
He's a busy man.
Yeah. I'm sure he would murder it in the ring, though.
Ugh.
It's terrible. I know. I'm
Now,
going
if
to
he
hell.
was involved, I wouldn't make that guarantee that I'd be the first Voltage Wrestling champion. Just so everyone knows that. I am afraid of him. I'm very afraid.
Who are you afraid of more, him or Carol Baskin?
Man, that's like The Rock or Austin at this point. No comment.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to. Yeah, no comment.
I don't want to mess around with Carol
Yeah,
Baskin.
No.
I don't want to mess with either of them. I never knew the big cat industry was as big as it is.
Yeah.
It's who knew? Who knew? It's incredible.
It's very incredible.
It really is. And this much drama goes into the big cat industry. Whew.
Yeah. I heard terrible things that they did with their pizzas out there.
Oh yeah, it was. They would, according to the documentary, they would get the meat off of like Walmart trucks after like they had expired, chop up the meat and throw it on the pizzas, throw it in and wouldn't tell anyone.
It's
Expired meat.
Yeah.
It's probably better than some food you've had at independent wrestling shows.
Oh, absolutely.
easily.
Absolutely. Wait till you've been around for a long time and you
Yeah,
get
no.
and you get paid with food at independent wrestling shows.
Handshake and a hot dog.
The old $5
Oh, dude, I didn't
Caesar's pizzas.
Oh no, I didn't even get the handshake and the hot dog. At one time, I got paid with breadsticks.
What kind of
You're so
breadsticks?
lucky.
It was the garlic parmesan.
Not even the good like Olive Garden one.
No, it wasn't the Olive Garden.
I don't want to
breadsticks.
encroach on Virgil's territory here, but
I know. You know, when you're here, you're family.
yeah.
A handshake and a breadstick.
A handshake and a
Independent
breadstick.
wrestling.
Yeah, that was the weirdest payday I've ever gotten. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I am your host, Mike Raddick. We've got Big Trouble Ben Bishop here for Rennis Carball, myself, and Ben. We thank each and every one of you for listening in here, and we will see you August 21st.
This is the podcast pit, brought to you by Ben Media.